Hello, bonjour, savant. How are we today? It is Canada Day. So that means it's Tuesday, July the 1st, 2025, here in southwestern Ontario, Canada, by the beautiful shores of Lake Huron. We're very patriotic this year. I don't think I can remember seeing as many Canadian flags out there flying. It's got to be decades. Yeah. Um, Yeah, everybody, all over the place. It's very busy here at the lake. Tons of tourists, tons of people who have come up from whatever city they live in to their cottage or their friend's cottage or their grandma and grandpa's cottage. But anyway, it's solid cars everywhere. I tried yesterday to go for my normal walk on the beach, couldn't do it. It's wall to wall people and cars and trucks, so there wasn't any room for me to even walk. I'll give it a try again today, but no big deal. Everybody will have, moved on out very, very soon, probably by tomorrow. So, beautiful hot weather, really hot, very muggy, just like the Farmer's Almanac said it would be. High humidity, lots of rainstorms zooming in and out. Coming on today to deliver a message. And I was listening to some of it and then I just stopped it because I thought, gotta come on here and transmit that to you. I don't remember all of the information. Had to do with, I'm going to say worldly events or the tension that's rising in the air. Anyway, so let's get into it. I'll just tune in and we'll see what we're going to be talking about today. So, what's actually happening at a spiritual level, even though the worldly view, the 3D energetic view, whatever you want to call it, the physical view, it's showing a lot of dissension, a lot of distortion in the airwaves. This is about releasing more toxicity. It's about training our brain waves to think in a different way, in a higher way, an upgraded way. There's tension in the release of lower negative vibrations of thought. In other words, we're going to just call that lump it all in with the word toxicity. So there's a lot of drainage of the toxins of your thoughts and your thought waves on this planet and on your world. And as some of you come to a close here now, there'll be others who will be stepping up on the planet to a higher plane of reference to take your place or to take their places as they step out or step off world. There's a genetic core or code to this. So there's a super alignment in the higher light that dictates to us or transmits to us when the time is right. So some of us will move off planet when the time comes for all of us to rest and digest all of this energy out. And then there'll be others who will step up to the plate to actually work it out. So those of you or those of us who I don't know why this happened. Itchy nose must mean something with this transmission. This does happen, doesn't it? From time to time. Anyway. So there are others of like mind who step up to this time, so this timeline of thought, and they come in and they generate or regurgitate this new way of being, of thinking, of acting, talking, behaving. There's a new will, a new way of being. And the old offshoots of time are are pre-aligned, they're already being aligned to a lower, denser timeline. So those of us who are hearing the word escaping the lower lines of time, we're coming from our own divine line of time. Now, as we transmit this higher vibrational line of time, we are resting and digesting our prime directive here on time. So the tension, in other words, in the physicality in the planet, it's reorienting us to a new way of being, of living, of resting and digesting our higher genetic codes of light. When this transmission comes through, we'll be resting and digesting our energy through you onto the others. And when this happens, it activates a genetic code. I'm hearing it's also a generic code into the spinal columns of the ones who appear here to learn about their own energy. If they do not vibrate at this higher sound wave of thought, then they're dispersed into the airwaves of lower thought. So everything is our own creation. It's of our own mind, our third eye mind, our higher mind that is divine. So if you're starting to see or sense this new viability, this new reality in the higher thought waves, then you're already there. Okay, you've already made your escape. You've already transmitted your own higher timeline, the brain wave, the links of the new timeline are already coming through for you. So you can rest and digest all of this energy in which you participate. So this is like a confirmation code being given to you today from us, from the higher angelic way. This is starting to show us a new day, a new way. We're transmitting our energy so that you will be okay. All right. So there's a transmission and thought here for us today. There's an activation code coming through. So it's coming through you. So in other words, me. We're coming through. I'm heating up with this transmission. We're coming through. So they're coming through me, this physical avatar body, to transmit a new reality. These are the new generic codes of light. They will be burning very bright. God bless. We give you peace, love, and light. We are speaking to you from our angelic might. And we are going to cease from declaring our own image of fear and fright. Oh, yeah. So we're letting go the higher properties of light to combat the lower light. Yeah. So in other words, we're releasing more fear from on the planet. And we're letting it go clear. Yeah. So these we've talked about it being like a birthing pain, right? So the planet is going through this upheaval. It's kind of like warlike situations rising up here, there, everywhere. It's to finally rest and digest these old complaints, these old ways of being, these old torments, these old traumas, these old division-causing scenarios that we go through. I watched a movie. 3D me is going to interject here, okay? Because I get to. So I watched a movie a few nights ago. It's called. It's on YouTube actually. I haven't done that before. Hunter Killer actually is what it was called, and I thought the title. Yeah, I don't want to watch that. I don't like watching violent shows or warlike shows. But I read the write-up about it first, and I kept, no, I'm not going to watch it. Oh, yeah, you got to watch it. So I watched it, and it was actually very interesting and very fast-paced. I had to really focus the whole time watching that movie. Gerald Butler, that Scottish guy, was in it. Anyway, he was the main actor. And it was about this kind of like stirring up problems, almost like an old Cold War type of movie, but more current. And it had to do with the military on the submarines in the States and the military and the submarines in Russia. And it was kind of like this situation happened, and then one thought the other was attacking, and the other one thought the other was attacking, and it's just like, everybody's like trigger happy, let's blow up everything, because we're afraid they're going to come and kill us, which is the way the thinking goes, right? So I did actually like watching it, but as I was watching it, and you see, the American side with all their missiles and bombs and things to blow up everybody, and the same with the Russians, I thought they have a lot of military might, like both countries. And it's not like I haven't, understood that before, but it's like they did such a really good visual in this movie that it really struck me for the first time how powerful this really is. And of course, Gerald Butler, he's the new captain of the American submarine. He's the good guy, and he's trying really hard not to start a world war. And he's trying, and he's really, really, kind of, I don't know if it's faith or hope or whatever it is, but he gives a lot of leeway rather than just pushing the button to blow everybody up and starting a world war. And as I was watching this, and he's trying to be like the go-between of let's not kill each other, people, and everybody else wants to jump on and kill each other. He's trying to be this very cool, calm guy who's, in the middle and keeping everybody at bay. And they showed all the American military might, they show all the Russian, and it just hit me. It's like a Star Trek picture flashed in my mind of those movies where you see the whole world is one. And in Star Trek, it's like you don't really take into consideration the different cultures or nationalities. It's just the world is one. And it just doesn't matter what color your skin is or what your belief system is, because the world is one. And I thought, wow, if we had all of that military might of these two countries, and of course everybody else, together as one world military protection, how fantastic would that be? How beautiful would that be? No more war and division and separation. We would be completely one. And at that point, we're going to bring in the other worlds, off-world planets, etc., etc. That's where we're going next. So we have to be united as one. Divide and conquer. It works every time. Look at who wants world war. Why? How are you going to benefit? So this division and separation has got to stop. So that's what we're working through. The growing pains, the birthing pains of the realization that we're not an enemy of each other. Okay? We're brothers, we're sisters, we're the human race. We're all one. So this nonsense about, they're the enemy, we got to blow them up, this has got to stop, because there's no cohesion in the entire human race until that ends. So working through this civil war or the different world wars or however it is happening with the tension and the aggravation and, stoking the flames of hatred, that's got to end, and it has to end peacefully. So this is the tension we're feeling, the push and pull and the duality. Are we going to, crush them? Are they going to crush us? Well, let's just not crush anybody. Let's just drop it, figure out who is behind all of this, stoking the fires, just like in the movie. There was some guy in the background, being the puppeteer, manipulating everybody to, blow each other up. Thankfully, he doesn't make it in the end. Phew, right? What a relief. So, spoiler alert, the Russians and the Americans are like, oh, okay, this is good. We didn't kill each other today. Bye-bye. So Gerald Butler was successful. It only took that one guy to calm everybody else down. That was a big job. He did a really good job. Of course, there was one Russian guy on the other side, the captain of that submarine, and he went along with that agenda as well to keep everything from getting blown up. So it took two. Yeah, that feels good. So this warlike mentality has got to end. So this is the tension we're working through, and at the end of it, once we get through all of this and we wake up and realize, like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we planting seeds of doubt and hatred, race hatred, all kinds of hatred, cultural differences? Why are we doing this to ourselves? What does it benefit us? It doesn't. It harms us. This is harmful to our health and to our wealth. So look deeper. Don't be so superficial in your assessments of what's going on your world and on your planet right now. It's not real what you're seeing. You're seeing an illusion, a delusion of other people's quests for their own gain. And they don't care what happens to you. In fact, the more distress and the more anxiety and more tension, more hatred, more animosity, the better they are. Spoils of war. They get to take whatever they want. That's how you play the game. You want the world, you get these two powerful sides or whomever fighting against each other. They blow each other up. That one who's orchestrated it steps in and takes over everything. I got it all. You silly people for falling for this ruse again. How many times are we going to fall for this? Let's just not. Let's just be, like Gerald Butler and that Russian captain. Let's just say we've had enough. We're done. We're not doing it anymore. We're not playing the game. Bye-bye, whoever it is, pulling the strings. Bye-bye, off our world. Get off our planet. So that's the message for today. Don't let hatred get in your way. If somebody is stoking the fires, the fuel for the fires of hatred, ask yourself why. What do they get out of it? And who's their boss? Because it's not source. No. It's definitely not source. It's something else. And we don't have to give in to that. So unite as one. Because that's what and who we are. All right. Now I'm hearing to say, and the story has already begun. So we're writing our own story. Yeah. Okay, I'm not hearing anything else. I just finished doing my July newsletter. I posted it on the website, www.healingourenergy.ca. I have the pricing up for July as well, and also a new meditation group that supposed to be starting. Spirit's guiding me to offer that online via my GoToMeeting, which is just like Zoom. I want to start it in July. I'm starting to collect people's days and times of what they're available, so I can pick one. I want to do one a week if we can do that. If not, one every 2 weeks. At the most, one a month. It's better. The more often we do it, the better the energy is, gets pumped up, stronger, more coherent. I mean, your gifts and abilities open up. It's healing for the planet. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. You feel better, you're less anxious, you're calm, you're grounded. Calm, cool, and collected is what I'm hearing. So if you can send me an email to cynthia@healingourenergy.ca and let me know, okay, these are the days and times during the week that I'm available. It's probably going to be sometime between Monday and Friday. Let's see what we can figure out and what we can do and what we can pull together and pull this off. If you want more information, you can look down in the description box. There's a link to my Facebook page. It's on there. The newsletter is there. Or as I say, you can go to the website and read it there. And I think that's about it. So if you do want to book an appointment, let me know. In the meantime, hang in there. We know what we're going through now. We can see through the lies and the deception. We just have to clear ourselves more to the point where we make it possible that there's no more war. We create that with our thoughts and our feelings, our desires. It's our creation. All right, I'm going to go. Blessings always. Take care of yourselves and others, and we will speak with you again another day. Bye for now.